Chapter 37. The Two Faces of Sally. Half an hour later, Hiroshi sent Benji to put Kiko to bed, while he himself stepped out of the small building. The biting wind that greeted him didn't faze Hiroshi in the slightest. Ever since his attribute points had increased, it seemed even his resistance to cold had improved. The cold wind, sharp as a knife, didn't bother him at all. In fact, steam seemed to rise from his head. At this moment, Hiroshi was like a human furnace, impervious to the harsh environment. He pushed a motorcycle out of the warehouse, donned a helmet, and checked the location of Hummingbird number 01 on the system interface. Then, he turned the key, revved the engine, and roared out of the farm. Yes, tonight he was going on a reconnaissance mission. No, he was sneaking into the enemy's lair. The events of the day kept replaying in Hiroshi's mind. He had a nagging feeling that Sally and her group's appearance was no coincidence. To avoid another situation like the one with Jack, where he was caught off guard, Hiroshi decided to take the initiative this time and eliminate the threat at its source. According to the system's coordinates from Hummingbird number 01, Hiroshi quickly pinpointed a location: the LA Villa district. Before the disaster, some wealthy people in the city liked to eat the pesticide-free rice from Hiroshi's family farm. So Hiroshi had delivered goods to LA Villa District a few times and was familiar with the area. Under the cover of darkness, he parked his motorcycle at a discreet location and easily slipped into the Villa District. Although the security in the Villa District had been beefed up since the disaster, the guards were just ordinary people, not enough to worry Hiroshi. The 2-meter-high walls were easily scaled with a quick run-up. Due to the severe cold, with temperatures dropping to -40 degrees, even the frequency of patrols by the security team had decreased. Most of the guards huddled in the monitoring room. At that moment, a shadow flickered across one of the monitoring screens, causing the image to shake slightly. "Tiger, stop messing around with your phone. Take your team out for a patrol." The security captain walked over, frowning and holding a teacup. A young security guard, engrossed in his mobile game, finally looked up, closed League of Legends, and complained, "Captain, it's freezing out there. Every time we go out, we come back frozen stiff. Can't we skip a patrol?" "No excuses. We have quotas for patrols to meet," the captain grumbled. "At least make it look like we're doing our job. This damn weather, even thieves wouldn't want to come out," Tiger muttered, grabbing his baton and leading a few men out of the monitoring room. Throughout this, they didn't pay attention to the surveillance footage. Hiroshi easily located Hummingbird number 01's position. It was in a villa in the northern part of the residential area. The lights on the first floor were all off, except for one room on the second floor, where light peeked through the curtains. Avoiding the patrolling guards, Hiroshi deftly climbed up a drain pipe to the third floor without making a sound. The Hummingbird number 01's location is in that lit room on the second floor. Unfortunately, the lowest level combat module doesn't have real-time recording capabilities, Hiroshi muttered to himself. He hooked his foot around a post on the edge of the roof and dangled his body upside down to peer through a gap in the curtains, getting a clear view inside the room. What he saw startled him. The room's occupant was none other than the female CEO, Sally, who had given him her business card that day. She seemed to be preparing for bed. The high temperature from the air conditioning meant she was only wearing a silk nightgown, exposing a large expanse of fair skin above her chest. She was sitting at a dressing table, applying some skincare products. Her delicate fingers moved gracefully over her long legs, presenting an alluring sight. Hiroshi felt his breath quicken. "Stay calm. Stay calm," Hiroshi reminded himself repeatedly. "Hiroshi, in this precarious situation, you must keep a clear head and a rational mind. This woman's beautiful exterior might hide a ruthless heart. She came to the farm today to probe you, then take revenge for Jack?" With this psychological hint, Hiroshi quickly regained his composure. He squinted, moving his gaze away from Sally, scanning the room for anything significant like weapons or documents. But he failed. Due to the narrow gap in the curtains, his view was very limited. "It seems I'll have to find a way inside," Hiroshi muttered to himself. Sally placed the bottle of $800 moisturizing cream back on the dressing table, then stared at her reflection in the mirror. She suddenly puckered her lips and made a kissing sound. Whether with or without makeup, you're so beautiful. Sally, you're so competent at work and so pretty. How do you expect others to live? How are you so lucky? No, what luck? This is what you deserve. You're so hardworking, so you earn these rewards. Sometimes being too outstanding is a kind of trouble too. Sally chattered to herself, her smile playful and mischievous. If anyone who knew her saw this, they would be utterly shocked. The iron-fisted CEO known for her tough demeanor was showing such a playful, girlish side. So, which was the real her? The cold, decisive CEO at the office, or this vain, boastful girl? Maybe both. In the company, the environment and circumstances demanded she be a tough leader. But here, in her own space, she could let go and be herself, regardless of others' opinions. After all, she was only 24. How could she truly be as heartless as a middle-aged person in their 40s or 50s? At her core, she was just a young woman fresh out of college. As Sally chattered away, she suddenly thought of that annoying young man from today. You were the first to reject me, and in front of so many people. Don't I have any dignity? Sally gritted her teeth, grabbing a nearby teddy bear and punching it fiercely. You better not fall into my hands, or I'll make you kneel and call me queen. With that, she picked up the teddy bear, mimicking Hiroshi's voice, and shook it as if making it bow to her. Queen, I was wrong. Forgive me. Sally burst into gleeful laughter. Outside, Hiroshi was dumbfounded. Watching Sally having a grand time by herself, his expression turned stiff. Was his target this time a split personality patient? This was getting a bit scary.